Good morning everyone, and welcome back to the workbench. Wayne's back again, and I just want to do a final video on the 66 Shelby Mustang. Now, the first video that I did, I was throwing around some ideas, colors, the engine, everything, and everything like that. So what I ended up doing was I did not use the gold stripes. The color I wanted to paint it just wouldn't, the gold stripes just wouldn't go with it. So and I changed the wheels up a bit. So this is what I ended up with. It just got finished. So that is the 66 Mustang GTH done the way that I wanted to do it. So I left the stock engine, the 289, tried to put the 427 in, and to get the 420, it's a beast. Physically it is a lot bigger, and so I decided not to modify the frame, the chassis, and the engine compartment to fit the 427. So that's why I stayed with the 289. Grill's been black washed. The only fit issue that I had actually was the front valance. The front valance was a real bear to get in, but it does go in. So the color that I used on this was a bright red. It's an acrylic paint. It's Naphthol red medium, and I was experimenting still with the paint, and this is a bright, almost candy red in the the jar, and hit the camera. Get back and shot. So anyway, so I experimented, and I wanted to see if I could make a metallic out of it, or some kind of a variation. So what I ended up doing was taking the Goldens, it's just pearl, just an iridescent pearl, and I added a little bit to the red paint to make myself a pearl red, and it worked. The only problem is I think I added just a little bit too much, and it took away a little bit of the color. But for the first time, there's a couple first time things on here. Black washed the door seams, the trunk seams, just to make them stand out a little bit. So like I say, the gold decals for the 350H just wouldn't go with this bright red. So all I did was, I have some aftermarket Gopher decals, and I just put a little black pinstripe across the bottom, and then out of one of them I sanded off all the emblems, the Mustang and the 289 emblem, and just went with the 8-ball and the V8 with a little bit of a flame coming out of it. The wheels, these are not the box stock wheels or tires. I stole the wheels from the Revell 70 Mustang, the Boss 429. It comes with 3 sets of wheels. You got the custom, you've got a stock, and then it comes with the Shelby wheels. So I black washed the Shelby wheels and put them on here. The tires are out of the they're the AMT tire, or the AMT tire pack, the polyglass, and that's what they are. So they're a little wider. They're an L60-15 on the back and an F60-15 on the front. So the interior is just semi-gloss black to replicate leather. Wood grain steering wheel. The tack I've mounted up on the dash where it's supposed to be, and I took some of the Tamiya transparent red and just did the face of it in red. So basically I only used, out of the kit, I only used 2 stickers, two decals, and that was for the top of the battery and for the windshield washer bottle, as I used those 2 decals there. But that is it. It was a nice kit. It goes together really, really well. It's a very, very simple kit. There's not many parts in it at all. The only thing that I would have done differently, maybe I would have opened the trunk because of the way that the interior bucket is, it would lend itself to having the trunk open and going into the back seat. So that would have been the only thing that I would do different. But it's a really, really nice build. Nice kit to get. Very, very simple. Very, very good for... Put that hood in. Come on. Come on. There we go. Very nice kit for like an intermediate. Maybe even getting into a beginner. It's a very, you know, it went together well. So that's it. That's another one in the books. And on to the next one. What I'm going to be doing next, I don't know. I've still got the Baldwin Motion Camaro on the bench. I've got a test car that I built. I've got a 76 Corvette in Purple Pond right now. I've got a whole bunch of spare GM parts that I might Frankenstein this Corvette into something. I want to start getting into doing some custom painting and that, so I may experiment on the Corvette. So, but that's another one in the books. I got a small little slideshow afterwards with the progress on the underside. Very minimal on the underside. It's just it's satin black, same as the interior. Flat aluminum on the exhaust. I believe it's gunmetal, Tamiya gunmetal X10 on the mufflers. Yellow shocks this time instead of red, and I painted the headers dove gray instead of gunmetal or flat aluminum. I just think it looks more in line to what headers looked like. I mean, whenever I bought headers for cars back in the 70s and that, they were usually just a steel color, or they were a white. We didn't have ceramic coating back then, so you know, most of our headers were white. So that's why I painted the headers on this the dove gray. But had to do no modifications to get the wider tires on, the bigger tires. It's just a nice clean build. So that is it for this build. Like I said, it's another one in the books. And I go up onto the shelf and we go on to the next. So until the next time, cheers.